Hello everybody and welcome back to Cities Skylines, where I have finally done enough time traveling. Well, not quite. Technically, the day I'm recording this on is the day that the classic TBC pre-patch comes out. So, it's not out yet as of my recording of this. It definitely will be by the time you see this. However, I have heard from you guys on the status of these rocks, and it seems like you guys largely agree with me that we don't really care about rocks. It's shorelines and elevations that we care about. Sounds good to me. Let's get rid of this monstrosity, shall we? Oh, that's so much better already. so much better. Okay, let's build straight on through, shall we? Boom. Oh, that feels good. That feels so good. Okay, next up. Boom. Oh, that feels amazing. Okay, next, I think it's this one, isn't it? Yes, indeed it is. There we go. Next, we are, of course, going to build ourselves a road right up through there. Excellent. So that, all on its own, is a big deal. We are, of course, going to continue to build down over here, and that will connect in just like that. Fantastic. And then we will bring this road out. And that somewhat completes this hub. So that is wonderful. That is absolutely great. Feels amazing. Of course, we do need to do some signage over here. There's no doubt about that. This up here needs to be a yield. And then we're going to need a yield here and here. If we just do a priority here, no, that does not auto-yield these. Okay. Just checking. So over here, we're going to need a yield sign. Actually, we're not going to need a yield sign. This doesn't need to be controlled in any way. So we're going to move down this way. This would be priority. Yeah, looks good. Fantastic. So with that underway, sewage over here. Ah, are we having a sewage capacity issue? I would say we are. This doesn't actually say how much it's actually draining. But yeah, we can see here that we are indeed having a sewage capacity issue. So we're going to do another inland eco water treatment plant. And we're going to place that right there. And we'll just connect that into our pipes, of course. Something along the lines of that. There we go. That should solve that issue. That will put our sewage capacity up to the same as our pumping capacity. So that should be absolutely wonderful. We should see this get solved in a moment. There we go. I like how they're heading out. Well, they would be heading out on this road, wouldn't they? The non-priority road. I feel like I've kind of got it backwards with the priority, but I'm gonna leave it that way just for hilarity until it, like, completely breaks the traffic. Excellent. So we're gonna come down over here and, of course, continue work on our additional hub down over this way. And we want this to be straight out, and it should go here and curve in just like that. We'll build a road right on through here as we have to. And there we go. There is our second circle for this hub. And of course, because of this situation, it is a little bit not perfect, but that's okay. None of these are exactly perfect circles. Hello, we've got ourselves an abandoned building over here. The reason that this building was abandoned is not enough educated workers. Actually, we're fine education-wise. We're not capped out on this elementary school. I think we just need to wait for the high school to do its thing. I think that's mostly what's going on there. Okay, next up. We are going to need to build from here in and from here out. Fantastic. And from here in... That's the wrong direction. From here in, and we're going to flip that one. There we go. And then we're going to build from here out, and from here in, and from here out, and from here in. Fantastic. So that, of course, gets us our starting point for our next circle here. Wonderful. And with that, we will, of course, get that constructed. I want this to be 90 degrees and this overlap. Perfect. Technically, I want this to be flowing the opposite direction, like this. Okay, so we will just go ahead and put that in there, and then this in here. It will, of course, go like that. Okay, next we'll bring this down to, I believe, yep, right here. Excellent. And then this one will come up to here. And in it goes. And then this one over to... where is this technically going? It's technically going here. There we go. Excellent. And we will get these roads built in over this way. Fantastic. So with that well underway, things are looking pretty good over here. We have an abandoned structure up here. I'm not too shocked by this. So we currently have low demand, and that's definitely a thing. Now, we did just get the cemetery. What was the other things we unlocked right at the end of last episode? Let's see here. 2-lane roads with trees, sure, but we're probably not going to do that. Hospitals, fire stations, I don't think that these are strictly speaking necessary. Oil power plant might not be terrible. The fire helicopter depot is something that we should probably have. We could potentially... How much does that actually cost? That's prison. The fire helicopter depot is not elder care, turns out. The fire helicopter depot is pretty expensive at 55k. So I think we're going to hold off on that for the time being. And instead, we are going to begin work on our spider web over here. So of course we're going to connect that here, 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 and here. And then we'll connect this in like so. Now, of course, this isn't connected to the outside hub, and that's something that we will do in a moment here. And then we'll just bring this out to here, and we'll build it in something along the lines of this. It doesn't have to be exactly uniform, but it can be pretty close. There we go, and then we connect all of these connections. Wonderful. And that is the start of a spider web. Fantastic. Post office service. You know, that is a thing. That only costs 6,000. I think I'm going to put that into this commercial area over here. We can just place that right there. Fantastic. Got ourselves a nice post office. And this is expanding nicely. This hub is, of course, at its current maximum expansion because of the area over here. Now, we could potentially expand it over here and then just not have it expand over here or bring it up to, like, here. Something along those lines is possible. A child health center. Oh, yeah, because they have the different... They have the... Right. Did I not move that? Okay, sure. It's because they have the different ages, right? They have child health center, they have elder care. Sure. With our current budget, I'm not too concerned about that. I am, however, going to put in our residential area over here. We gotta push our way up to 6k. Excellent. So that should satisfy this paltry residential demand. As far as the commercial and industrial demand go, I really don't feel like there's too much that needs to happen here. I mean, we could put in some commercial demand, or rather some commercial space out here. Maybe focus on bringing this out a little bit as well. But I really don't think it's, strictly speaking, all that necessary. We are instead going to just do that and call that good for now. And then as far as industrial goes... There we go. No, I'm kidding. We're just going to put in something along the lines of this. It doesn't need to be that extensive right now. Okay, so we'll just let that grow for now. Looks like we've got a power issue. Indeed we do. I wouldn't necessarily mind finding a location for these advanced wind turbines. They can output up to 20 megawatts. Unfortunately, they have to be placed on water, and I mean, there's good locations over here for it, but I'm not sure there's any good locations within our city limits. I mean, we could put it on the waterfall, but I feel like we have to leave the waterfall pristine. So there is that. We could just simply put in a regular wind turbine if we can find an 8 megawatt location up here that's not taken. The answer to that is a big ol' nope. Okay. You know what? Let's just save up for another coal power plant. That should do the trick. I mean, that's 40 megawatts. We only need 600 more cash. I have no idea what to actually call this. Fun bucks. Who knows? We're going to go ahead and put that in here. That will fix our power issue. Excellent. In the meantime, we could work on expanding this. Another ring would put it about here, and then another beyond that would put it intersecting, and this one has priority. So that is to note. We're going to push this out another ring here for sure. So let's get started on that. While we're waiting for all of this to fill up. We're a little bit low on our cash right now. I do want to check our loan status. Our loan status is a ways away. Okay, we could take this loan. I'm not going to bother with it. I don't think that's useful. So we are instead going to push this out to here. Fantastic. And move that in. Wonderful. And technically these should be connected in like this. So we can go ahead and do that as well. Just waiting on the cash. There we go. Excellent. Fantastic. We don't really have a cash issue right now. We're just spending a lot. And that's fine. It's very foggy. It's very difficult to see anything. Hopefully that fog will clear. In the meantime, we can zoom in over here and take a bit of a look at our traffic situation, which appears to be exactly fine right now. I also want to check over here. Yeah, okay. So if we upgrade these to highways, we will end up missing out on 1 square on each side, plus the 2 squares in the middle. So we'll end up missing out in total on 4 squares of development space. Okay. I think that's reasonably fine. Now, as far as actual mass transit goes, we don't yet have access to metros, which is actually the way that I want to do this, is metros. So that is going to be interesting, for sure. I think we'll have like an inter-hub system and an intra-hub system. Yeah, that's probably a reasonable idea. Excellent. And so we will come on down over here and continue work on this next ring out here, and we want this one to go here, I believe. Yes, this is correct. Okay, and then this one snaps at 90 degrees, goes up to all the way up here, and connects in like that. Fantastic. This one comes on down to here. Well, we don't have the cash for this, of course. We will shortly. In theory. We'll just hold off on that for the time being. And the question is, do we intercept this on the next one or the one after? Technically, it's going to be the one after, I believe. Okay, that's fine. So this is how many rings? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 rings. This is currently 1, 2, 3 rings. So this one would be the 4th ring, and then the 5th ring would be the one that intercepts. You know what? I'm reasonably okay with that. We're going to have an issue over here, I believe, with the shoreline, but we'll see how close we can get there and how we want to actually handle that. So that should be reasonably interesting. How are we doing on our schools? We're going to need another elementary school. I think I can already predict that one. As we fill this in, yeah, we're going to need another elementary school. We could simply place it somewhere out here. It would, of course, cost 10k. That's a little bit. And how are we going to do universities? That's a question. That is indeed a question. I'm not sure yet. I'm not sure yet. However, it looks to me like our traffic is doing pretty well, all things considered. No issues yet. We'll see how that changes. A bird? Yeah, that's a bird. I was confused by what that was going on there. That's definitely a bird. Bicycles, huh? We don't have bicycle lanes. That's maybe something we should do. We do have a new piece of land available for purchase, and it was down here that, actually it was over here that had a good location for building advanced wind turbines. If we were to build, or rather buy this, it would be pretty much exclusively for the advanced wind turbines. Alternatively, we could buy this and be able to build another hub or two over here. Actually, maybe like 3 hubs. One there, one there, one there, or something. We don't have the cash, of course, right now. We're pretty overspent. But that's okay. That is completely okay. Yeah, this is definitely going pretty well. All things considered. Like, I'm a little surprised we don't already have traffic issues at some potential choke points. Like, if we were to look at what is our traffic map, it is, I can never remember with these icons, it's this one. Yeah, so we can look at this, we can see that our traffic is definitely heaviest over here and over here, and I mean, they're gonna stop there. That, to some degree, makes sense. I mean, we could make this be priority roads, right? And that's probably something that we want to do a little later on. But for right now, I'm not going to be doing that. Just because I think it's funny to have it be opposite. Yeah, overall, I think this is going pretty well. We do have some demand for residential right now, and we should probably go ahead and satisfy that. We will just fill in this area over here. Excellent. And we'll see if that's enough. Maybe. Maybe that's enough. We do have the cash to finish building this circle over here, and so we shall. We'll bring this in at a 90-degree angle to right there, and in we go. And then this down here would, of course, come in at a 90-degree angle to this point. And there we go. We don't care about those rocks. Excellent. Yeah, we probably should build some elder care and child care. I mean, the game is not wrong about that. I don't like what that ended up doing. That's better. Excellent. Okay. Fantastic. So there's that circle done. This hub is getting started. How much do childcare and elder care end up costing? 22k and 18k respectively. It's pretty expensive, to be sure. I mean, we could crank it up to speed 3. It's not necessarily a terrible idea right now. And just observe that flow of traffic. There's nothing backing up, and we'll take corrective action when things start backing up. But ultimately, our primary goal is likely to just have fewer cars, right? There is... yeah, I'm not going to do road tolls. There is an abandoned building there that should be demolished for sure. And it looks to me like this is insufficient to satisfy our residential demand, so we will zone additional residential over this way. Fantastic. There's also a little bit of commercial demand. Short radio mast. Yeah, we're not going to be too worried about evacuation yet. We'll deal with that later. We'll just go ahead and put our commercial zone in over here, like so. This should be more than enough to satisfy our commercial demand, and we're going to get rid of those rocks because they are blocking our development area. Wonderful. Do we have industrial demand? Yeah, we've got a little bit. So we can go ahead and put in some industrial areas over here. And once this gets filled in, then we can back off our power line, and that'll be great. That will be fantastic. So we're currently at 3,000, which means we are halfway to being done with our light zoning, and that's great. That is absolutely wonderful. Yes, I'm aware of shelters. Now is not the time, in my opinion. Let's see, we don't need power, or rather, we don't need water for this circle, but rather for the next. Okay, well, we've got a decent amount of cash right now, so I'm going to go ahead and put in some elder care. That is big. That is really big. So I'm going to put that on the outside over here, I think. Something like here. Excellent. So we'll put in the elder care there. I'm noticing that that does not have a very long range. Indeed, it does not. We may actually want to move that to be right here. That'll be a much more efficient place for it. Excellent. And we also want some childcare, which we'll get in a moment. I'm just going to zone over around the elder care, and we'll move this up over here. There we go. The childcare, we will go ahead and put in, perhaps, a little bit more central than the elder care. This is much smaller. So we could put it, say, here. Yeah, we're going to bulldoze some people's homes for that. I'm sure they understand. Hello, pause menu. Wonderful. We have a lot of residential demand. I can actually barely keep up with this right now. Let's just zone this entire area. We will get rid of these rocks. They're blocking our development. Perfect. And this one as well is blocking our development. We'll just zone that like so. We can actually just zone it and let our citizens deal with removing the rocks, it looks like. And that's maybe something that we should do. Excellent. So we'll get a little bit more residential in there. That is fantastic. The commercial is fully zoned at this point. We should probably have this up here be additional commercial for right now, just as a bit of a buffer zone, and have it be kind of like that. And then this out here will all be industrial. Some of this stuff will be destroyed when we expand our hub, our secondary hub, further. So that's definitely something that we need to consider, but I'm just going to zone all of this for right now. And this should be just fine, in theory anyway. So we'll do something like that, and then I want to adjust our power lines over here. Bring that out, and we will go ahead and zone all of this, and let's check our power line. In fact, we could connect it over this way, which I kind of like. We'll go ahead and do that. Does this even need a power line? No, it does not. That gives us a little bit more residential to zone. Fantastic. And that will, of course, save us a little bit of money. Very nice. I'm happy about that. And we are going to hit our next milestone fairly soon. While we're working on that, let's go ahead and expand this out. Yes, like I said, some of this is going to be going away. So we'll do something like that, and then we'll expand this one out to here. Technically, these should be going the opposite direction, shouldn't they? Yes, they should. They absolutely should. So this one would come out over here, and then like that, and then that would go that way. Okay, and then this would come out over here, like that, and then that way. Fantastic. Okay, so let's get these one-way roads built, and they would be coming out to a 90-degree angle, and that's going to be a little awkward, but we can just squeak in here. Perfect. Okay, and then this one comes out at a 90-degree angle, and actually goes out to here. Okay, This one comes out over this way at that 90-degree angle and connects in like that. And this one comes out at the 90-degree angle and connects in right there. So yeah, we're definitely going to have an issue over here. We're not going to be able to expand it quite as far out this direction. But, I mean, this is almost the final extent of this, right? So that's fine. We're going to go ahead and bring this on out, as well as this. The question is, what does our water end up looking like here? That's going to be really interesting, actually. We can go ahead and remove these abandoned buildings. Oh, there's a lot of fire going on over here. That's a whole lot of fire. We do have a lot of fire trucks coming on over, so that's fine. But we've got ourselves... I'm not sure how this forest fire started. Regardless, this is one of those situations that I was talking about where fire helicopters would be handy, and we probably do want to get those. However, right now it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that, and next episode we will connect up this hub and start it zoning in. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and I will see you all next time.